Now come to the fate of the allantois. That is why this allantois is formed. What is its function? Fate of the allantois during the second month, its extraembryonic part degenerates. This is intraembryonic parts. It's the outside the embryo, this is the extraembryonic part. This is degenerated. What happened to the intraembryonic part? During the third month, initially bladder is continuous with the intraembryonic part of allantois. This is intraembryonic part of allantois, and during further development, this is bladder. Bladder is connected with the allantois. When bladder is connected here, the lumen of the allantois is then obliterated. This is a tubular structure, but ultimately during further development, lumen of the allantois is obliterated, and here a thick fibrous cord is formed, which is known as urachus. This is urachus. This is a fibrous cord formed due to obliteration of the lumen of the allantois. So now we see that urachus is connected with the apex of the urinary bladder and with the umbilicus. So this is a urachus is a connecting part between the apex of the bladder and this is the umbilicus. This is the fetal umbilicus and this is urachus. So this is allantois. This is the allantois. This is the intraembryonic part which ultimately forms the urachus. This is urachus, and what will happen during further development after birth? This urachus will be replaced by median umbilical ligament. This is medial umbilical ligament which comes from the urachus. This is the apex of the bladder and this is the umbilicus. As the baby goes, so the median umbilical ligament also increase its length and become the median umbilical ligament. After birth, urachus is obliterated and fibrosed to form median umbilical ligament, which extends from the apex of the urinary bladder to the umbilicus. So first of all, allantois, then urachus, then median umbilical ligament. These are the fates of allantois. If this urachus is not fibrosed and replaced by the median umbilical ligament, what will happen? There will be urachal sinus, cyst and fistula. This is urachal sinus, this is urachal cyst and this is fistula. Important is this one. What will happen here? From the urinary bladder, urine will passes through this urachal fistula and through the umbilicus. It will comes out of the anterior abdominal wall, and mother of the baby after birth complained that the umbilicus urine smell comes out from the umbilicus. This is due to urachal fistula. Vitalointestinal duct. This is yolk sac, early yolk sac. This is the incorporation of part of yolk sac to produce primitive gut tube. This is the yolk sac connected with the midgut by vitelline duct. This duct connecting duct is the vitelline duct. Midgut remains temporarily connected to the yolk sac by the vitelline duct. This duct is incorporated into the umbilical cord, become very narrow and ultimately degenerates with the yolk sac between the second to third month of gestation. Vitelline duct with yolk sac, gradually its size is decreasing and ultimately this is the vitelline which will disappear. If vitelline duct will not disappear, then what will happen? There will be vitelline fistula. This is umbilicus. There will be vitelline fistula, vitelline cyst, vitelline cord, and Meckel's diverticulum. And these anomalies may cause some problem like ulceration and bleeding, because these tissue may contain the ectopic gastric mucosa and pancreatic acinus. When this gastric mucosa secrete gastric juice, there will be ulceration and bleeding from this intestinal part. Connecting stalk, it is a mesodermal bud or tissue. By this connecting stalk, embryo is attached to the tropoblastic shell. This is our bilaminar germ disc, and this is the tropoblastic shell. This is the connecting stalk. This is the extraembryonic mesodermal tissue. It connects embryo with the tropoblastic shell. When here blood vessels appear, then this connecting stalk become umbilical cord. Here blood vessels is appearing, so this connecting stalk will now become umbilical cord. Umbilical cord is a cord-like cylindrical structure which forms connection between the placenta and fetus. Its length is 50 to 60 centimeter, diameter 2 centimeter, and within this cord, 4 structures is present within this cord. What are these? Yolk sac, vitelline duct, allantois, umbilical vessels, 2 artery, 1 vein, and Wharton's jelly. So this is the umbilical cord. It is covered by amniotic membrane, and within this cord there are this is the yolk sac, this is the vitelline duct, these are the intestinal loop, and this portion ultimately will disappear. These are the umbilical artery, umbilical vein, and this is the allantois. All these structures are present within the umbilical cord. Related to this umbilical cord is false knot, true knot, short cord, long cord. True knot of the umbilical cord may causes vascular injury, and this vascular injury may produce some fetal abnormalities. Short cord may cause early rupture of the placenta before childbirth. Long cord may encircle around the fetal neck and produce fetal hypoxia.